And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? My name is Reg Kanto. Welcome back to Dangan Fanfic New World Order. Danganronpa 2, whatever you want to call it. Danganronpa 2 New World Order. I don't care. But, last time we left off, apparently a body has been discovered. We are now on Chapter 1, Investigation. We just ended Chapter 1, Daily Life. And what the hell happened? I'm still lost on, like, what actually happened. I'm recording this actually, like, 2 seconds after the last recording, because I'm just so into this right now that I can't even, like, I just want to know who the dead person is and who the person that, like, killed them was, who the Blackened was. Oh my god. So, what's the possibility that I don't know. I guess let's go ahead and find out who died first. So, I guess let's go ahead and load up the game. Starting off with dots again. Awesome. So you finally come. I knew you would. And I know we won't be disturbed. What is the meaning of this? You've been lying to us the whole time, haven't you? Traitor. Traitor? This must be some kind of mistake. Those are some good acting skills. If only your shamelessness was an act too. How? How could you hold your head up high after what you did? He was so scared, so helpless, so alone. Do you remember your promise? You made it to him when you were his only hope. Then later when he needed you the most, you looked him in the eyes and told him there was nothing you could do. You turned your back on him. You know, I'm happy I watched my video. Thanks to it, I was able to remember. To remind myself what you're really like beneath that cool exterior of yours. You, and the person who as good as condemned him to death. You see, unlike you, he didn't do anything wrong. You deserve this. And your actions perfectly matched your traitors. I see. I can't exactly blame you. I knew this would catch up to me someday. You're right. My actions were unforgivable. But I have no regrets. You and I, we are not so unlike. We both did what we had to do. But at least let me say this. Though I betrayed your trust and his, you are being deceived. I am not the traitor who you are really after. I don't care. Save your feigned ignorance for your maker. If you even have one. I'm sorry. For you, son. Oh my god. What was that scene just now? Wow, okay. Oh my god, I am so into this right now. Oh my god. Please. Please, snap out of it. Natalia? Look, The scrolling text is telling us to assemble in the library. We have to go. Why?
How could this happen to me?
We're the future world leaders. We should be setting an example. But now, this. Blazy-kun. I'll never forgive who did this. But more than that, I'll never forgive the people who set up this whole thing. That's the spirit. But enough chit-chat. You can continue yelling your Sugoi quotes of inspiration while we're on the way, Nya. But I'm not finished yet. Ignoring your protests, Natalia drags you out of the park towards the mansion. How could this happen? Careful now, Hunt. We must take care to preserve the crime scene precisely as we found it. Oh, damn it, you're not dead? Hey, what happened here? I must be dreaming. Yes, dreaming. There's no way all of this is real. No way. The first thing I noticed was the smell. The metallic scent that could only be blood. I slowly moved my gaze downwards. The music already played, and took in the prone figure of a corpse lying face down in a pool of blood. Oh my god, who is it? Magnus? He didn't give me death vibes? Magnus? Oh my god. Magnus, of all people. Heavens above, what is going on? You know, for a navigator, you expect him to be a bit better at not dying. Fuck you, Zeke. I hope you die next. Fuck you. Magnus was awesome. Freaking awesome. Oh my god. Too soon, Zeke. Way too soon. I'm not kidding, though. The endless stream of mostly shocked and horrified reactions seemed to continue for what felt like an eternity. A few people sank slowly to the ground, looks of abject despair etched onto their faces. Oh my god. And then... oh my god, I don't know if I can do the voice right now. I really felt like close with Magnus. Like, I liked Magnus a lot. Okay, here we go. It seems like now might be a good time to start. Gee, tough crowd. I even brought one of my extra big models just for the occasion. fine. Well, have it your way. You. This is your doing, isn't it? Don't ask me. I'm just a bear. Well, what do you want, Kilmore? I wasn't expecting to get called out here on such short. No. He's sleeping at a time like this. This is serious. What do you want with us, Kilmore? What do you think? If it's not belly rubs and back massages, old Kilmore is usually busy giving out their Kilmore Bear file. Make sure you read it carefully. And more importantly, make sure you don't waste any more of your precious investigation time. We watched dumbfounded as he retreated back beneath the floorboards just as quickly as he appeared. Magnus is dead. Of all people. Why Magnus? I don't know why Magnus. Even now. Oh my god. Who the fuck did this? I'm going to find out. I'm going to fucking kill this killer. This just in. Faced with unspeakable peril at the hands of a teddy bear, it seems that everyone is content to stand around twiddling their thumbs. At times like this, we have to ask ourselves, is this really the best that the 50th badge can offer? Do we not owe it to Magnus to find the truth of this death? Comrade Reporter Lass is right. We just stop wasting time standing around. Yes. We must ensure we apprehend the culprit. Then and only then will the victim's spirit find peace. That was beautiful. Already recovering from the spontaneous implosion of your contract? Screw the contract. A piece of paper could never be more important than human life. Did you really think I'd be sitting here moaning about my contract when there's a killer running around? Well, honestly, yes. I have standards, you know. Plus, that's what's important right now. What we should be doing is splitting into pairs and investigating. That way, everyone can monitor each other while we conduct the investigation. And how exactly is this to work? Are we going to draw lots again? Aye, you shouldn't have to come to that. Natalia, please don't do this to. My coat is just a fashion sneak, you know. With this many pockets, it's really easy to store something away for a rainy day, yeah? So you retained the lots from yesterday. It was only yesterday, huh? Not like this. Hi! Well, I knew we'd be using it, man. Again. This is exactly what I had in mind. Oh my god. Like last time, we each collected a lot. Unlike last time, though, there was no longer a group of 3. I wanted to get to know Magnus more. drat. Hunt, can I trust you too? She whispers a series of instructions to Hunt's ear. Understood, Comrade Glass. We'll be back before you know it. We watched as Hunt draped Dash over his back before sprinting out of the library. Wow, what a hero. Just kidding. What? Thank goodness for Hunt. He's hoping he'll be able to remember all of that. Oh right, the lots. I stuck mine out, and she followed suit. We got Levitica? Yes, we got Levitica! Yes! It seems the gods have ordained you as my partner. As always, I shall trust in the wisdom of their judgment. My god. So, partner? What do you think we should do first? Shall we check the Kilmore Bear file? The whispers do not dissent. Let us do so at once. So, it finally begins. Investigation start. Oh my god. According to the file, Magnus died at exactly 11:59 a.m. from severe blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Levitica? This is surprising. What is? The whispers. They speak of something being amiss with the details that we have been provided. Oh. Are you talking about the time of death? That is correct. The degree of specificity is quite remarkable. Would it not be more normal for the time of death to be expressed as, say, an interval? Or am I merely underestimating the power of modern medical science? She's right. No, that's a fair observation. 11 to 12 p.m. for instance would certainly be more normal than a time of death that is accurate to the minute. But what reason would Kilmore have for doing something like this? So the murder was planned out to the T. Maybe. And yet, that clockwork monstrosity is prohibited from conveying outright lies. Though I am loath to say it, I believe we will have to trust in the file's credibility for now. Agreed. Kilmore file number 1 added to the evidence folder. I get the feeling that this will become quite an important detail in the upcoming trial. Do you happen to know when everyone arrived at the scene of the crime? I fear I'll be of limited assistance to you in that regard. However, I can say for certain that I arrived here at 12:23 p.m. on the dot. The clocks around the mansion indicate as thus. I see. But what if the clocks have been tampered with? It's a good point. But there's so many clocks, right? Couldn't someone use that information to interfere with our perception of time? A divine hypothesis. However, I'll have you know that I checked all of the clocks at 11 while I was on duty. Not one of them showed the incorrect time. Ah, right. So you checked at the beginning of your search designation. To be honest, I completely forgot about the search designations. Oh? I wasn't scheduled to search at the mansion at any point in the day, so it kinda just slipped my mind. I see. In that case, you may have my copy if it will help refresh your memory. I trust that you will not misplace it? No, of course not. It's a murder we're talking about. I'd also like to jot down the locations of all the clocks if that's okay with you. But of course. Levitica's testimony added to the evidence folder. Search designations added to the evidence folder. Rooms with clocks added to the evidence folder. Okay. clocks in the mansion. There's a fixed clock in the game room. Okay. Game room, lounge, servants' quarters, reception, library, and dining hall. Where was the body found again? In the library. Okay. Alright, wait. Designations. Cycling between rooms every 30 minutes. Search designations around the time of the crime are as follows. 11 a.m. Levitica in the dining hall. Hunt kitchen. Florence pantry. Natalia sitting room. Grace lounge. Pierce game room. 11:30 Mona infirmary. Zeke game room. Pierce trophy room. Hunt servants quarters. Sigmund laboratory. Magnus library. Crap, nobody was in the... Crap. Is there anyone that's close to the library? I left and went straight back to the school. Eden and Virginia were also there at the time. It was quite a long walk. The fact that we were the last to arrive on the scene is a testament to the fact, would you not agree? So you were the last people to get here? Unless I am misguided, I believe that to be an accurate assessment. Pardon me for asking, but at this stage, do you suspect me? Where'd that come from? Your reaction told me all I needed to know. A wise choice. To doubt the impure is to be wise to all possibilities. After all, belief is only to be assured if you were to entrust it to the gods. I see. I don't want it to be Levitica. The timing of when everyone arrived at the crime scene. It appears we still need a bit more information in that area. Okay. I think we should start talking to some other people. Shh. Shh. How delightfully quaint. I feel as though I am being treated to a live episode of Corpse Whisperer. Florence? How come she doesn't get shushed? You move a bit to the side and gesture at her to follow. I was wondering if you could tell you when I got here. Don't look at me like that. You can't expect a novelist to ignore a conversation that's going on right next to her. Why, it can even form the foundation for our next novel. Okay, shut up, just tell me the time. Wait, so she was listening and watching Corpse Whisperer at the same time? Okay, so I arrived here about 12:16 p.m. Oh man, okay, I guess that makes sense. Grace, Dash, Phoenix, and Elisa were all with me at the time. Grace, Dash, and Elisa. So Dash and Elisa were also not part of it. Pierce was in 2 rooms. So was Hunt. Okay. It seems we formed our own little coffee sipping clique. So you were all gathered in the cafe at the time the body discovery announcement was broadcast. Precisely. Interesting. Indeed. It appears that unless you are a disciple of the levitating meatball monster, travel time is definitely something you must take into account. Since when could meatballs give you so much power? Okay, I'm done with the initial examination. Sorry about earlier. I have virtually no experience with dead bodies, so I wanted to minimize disturbances. Is the difference really of note to a practiced man such as yourself? Certainly. For instance, a dead patient can no longer consume McDonald's. Oh. Well, they can, but the results would be rather... Too much information, Phoenix. Way too much. Ah, yes. I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Wait. Were you able to confirm the file's accuracy? By my estimations, there's nothing to suggest that the file is wrong. And here I was thinking it would be more deceptive than an ad campaign from Jungry Hacks. So it is, as I said. For some unknowable reason, that bear apparently values the idea of a fair trial. That much is clear from the original Killing Game. And a fair trial would be nigh on impossible if any malicious misinformation was to be disseminated. Though it appears my assumptions were not completely misplaced. Is this the work of my arch nemesis? Or is it something more? Could you say that again, but in the common tongue, please? Well, you see, I believe a bit of information may have been left out. Oh? For instance, observe the front of the face. Ladies, you might want to avert your Oh, that's quite the wound. Indeed, the damage to the facial area sticks out like an extra point on the pentagram. No, they're not. They're just trying to serve murder. And they say the best doctors make themselves redundant. Wait, no. That might have been for something else. Anyway. You are correct, ladies. The injuries did seem rather extensive. The wounds indicate that he might have collided face first with a relatively flat and hard surface at some point. For instance, the assailant might have slammed Magnus's face against a bookshelf, probably with the help of some object. An impressive feat given the state of the surroundings. Such a blow would have undoubtedly be difficult to land in the midst of a struggle. You're right. There's books scattered all over the place. It definitely looks like as if the victim struggled with the culprit. For the record, it doesn't appear to be any blood on these bookshelves. Okay, how about this? Maybe they grabbed a book? He was struck in the back of the head, right? So couldn't the wounds be from when he hit the ground face first? That's true as well. No, the wounds are suggestive of something involving much greater degree of force. Interesting. He raises a fair point, though. How did the killer manage to land such a decisive killing blow in these circumstances? Signs of a struggle have been added to the evidence folder. Okay. Phoenix's examination results added to the evidence folder. The victim was certainly found in an interesting state. Indeed. I wonder how the additional facial wounds apply to this intricate tapestry of a case. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, time to examine the area around the body. I take it that shot put ball is what killed the victim? No, don't mind me, Rantaro. The wounds are certainly consistent, yes. But as I was saying earlier, the killer seemed to have struggled with the victim. Surely, shot put ball of all things would be quite cumbersome to use as a weapon. You're certainly right about that. However, the shot isn't that heavy. It may be big, but the size doesn't quite match up with the weight. Oh wait. It may be big, but the size doesn't quite match up with the weight. Oh, don't look at me like that. Natalia gave me the go-ahead since she couldn't find anything useful on it. So Nat's already examined the shot? In that case, do you mind if I weigh it? Be my guest. She wasn't lying. This really is light for its size. Still pretty damn heavy, though. Okay. Hold on a second. Isn't that Eden's lucky horseshoe? Yes, it is. Where'd you come from? Time and place, Blaze. Time and place. You need not ask. I switched trinkets with Magnus on the way back to our rooms. He agreed, since both our trinkets are redundant given our abilities. Was the shot put ball a trinket? Redundant? Yep, a great psychic doesn't need to rely on luck. Heck, even a decent psychic wouldn't need it. Right. So when the switch happened... It's okay. I saw it happen. You have my word. That doesn't exactly inspire confidence. But then there's the matter of the chain being torn off. Was it like this when you last saw it? Are you asking if I peddled damaged goods to the dearly departed? Perish the thought. Though the way the lucky horseshoe was left strewn atop the victim's corpse, could a degree of ritualism not be inferred? I think it's more likely to be symbolism in this case. Still, what reason could the culprit have for tearing the chain off with the chain off the amulet? Maybe Magnus came in the wrong place, wrong time, then leaving the lucky horseshoe on top of the corpse? It really feels as though there's some kind of hidden meaning that we're not yet grasping here. Lucky horseshoe amulet added to the evidence folder. Eden's testimony added to the evidence folder. Before you leave, Blaze, there's just one more thing. Oh? It's to do with the victim's spirit. Oh. Oh. That was, Blaze talking. Oh, why now of all times? Did you try to do, a thingy? Yes, Blaze. The thingy. And the thingy didn't happen to work. Perhaps my powers are waning? Though, that's a definite possibility. You're certainly a very capable psychic. I doubt you can just write it all off as a simple loss of spiritual power. So, do you mind if I take note of it anyway? Please do. Lack of a seance added to the evidence folder. And one last thing. Do you know who did it? Doing away with the formalities and cutting straight to the chase, are you? Unfortunately, I am unable to sense malicious intent. Even if I were to read the killer's mind, you wouldn't be able to know that they did it. Exactly. Oh. I've been wondering about that quirk of yours, Eden. You say you cannot sense malice. But what if the killer were to commit the crime for a higher purpose? What then? After all, very few murders are the work of the irrevocably impure. Big question. Especially coming from one such as yourself. I thought you religious types weren't particularly fond of this type of logic. While it's true that murder is an act of unspeakable evil, one must not forget that the only true embodiment of evil on this plane is the Antichrist. I've heard the confessions of many murderers in my time. Their souls may have been misguided, but there was a precious little evil to cleanse. This is surprisingly tense. Very well. To answer your question, my aversion to malice is rather exceptional. Even relatively minute amounts can make my predictions go haywire. You do well to remember that. Anyway, I shouldn't keep Virginia waiting. Holler if you need me. Something tells me there won't be a lot of investigating going on in that pair. You start to scan the surrounding area. That looks to be everything. Wait, hold on. Is this tape? Allow me to verify something. I watched as Levika pressed her face against the floor to scan under the bookshelf. As I thought, she reached her hand under and promptly pulled out an empty roll of tape in hand. How did you... A less learned person would have called it a flash of inspiration, but I know the feeling of divine guidance when I experience it. Just as you cannot possess wisdom without experience. So too are you unable to have tape without a roll. Not quite sure how the comparison works, but okay. A voice guided me in this matter. In order to understand a killer, you must become a killer. So, for just a few short seconds, I became a killer. I see. Okay, I get what she's saying. Because, like, if you're able to put yourself in the killer's shoes, you might be able to figure out, like, how they possibly did the murder. And, like, their motive behind it, and that could lead to who did it. I believe you understand that to which I allude. If I, as a killer, wanted to be assured that I would not be detained with something on my person, I would not dispose of it. Would I not dispose of it at the scene of the crime? I suppose that's a fair enough conclusion. Small length of tape added to the evidence folder. Empty roll. Tape added to the evidence folder. Okay, so how much evidence? Oh my god, we have a lot of evidence. It's gonna be 5 pages. And then the designations, just to be clear again. What could they have gotten, like, a tape? Maybe the infirmary? I don't know. I don't know. Why would there be some random tape just why would there be some random tape just lying here? Perhaps it was used to gag the victim's mouth. While the killer resorted to torture. Doesn't seem likely. If information was what you're after, at least, I suppose your logic stands. However, it would be folly to expect all the answers to be provided by logic alone. Right. She does have an interesting point, though. This amount of tape would be barely enough to cover someone's mouth. It looks like this is about as much as we can get from the area around the body for now. What if Phoenix is hiding something about the body? Like there's tape covering the wound on the back of the head, maybe? We walk towards the front entrance. Hey, would you look at that? Shut up. School and Scripture, the complete bundle. So I went from old to just being part of a package. We simply wish to examine the front door. I entreat you not to obstruct us in our sacred duty. You tell him, Levitica. Ooh, or what? There may be certain unpleasant consequences. Is she angry? So, is this the only way to enter and leave the room? Yes, absolutely. Just kidding. There's also a vent on each side of the library. Make sure you check them out after you're done examining the door, okay? Right. I'm getting V3 vibes again. The vents on either side of the room. Could be on top of the bookshelf. They roll a shot put down across the bookshelf, and it misses Magnus. The hinges seem to be a little messed up. Ah, so Gramps isn't completely blind just yet. You know, anger doesn't really help your wrinkly old face look any younger. As for the door, you can thank Hunt for its new wrecked look. Oh? What exactly did Hunt do? Whenever one of the mansion detail was due to switch places, Hunt found out that the door was locked. So he called us over to see if anyone was responsible. Things got pretty serious when he remembered that Virginia wasn't on mansion duty today. Right. Woo! What fine form. I didn't expect him to just one-shot at the door like that. Just kidding. So the door's locked from the inside. Yep, it's one of those simple locks. You push a button from the inside, it locks. You turn the knob from the inside, it unlocks. That's pretty much all you can do when there's no keyhole. Okay, so yeah, it's one of the push locks. Okay. Seems awfully impractical. One more thing. Do you remember exactly what time it was when Hunt opened the door? Yep, that would be 12:01 p.m. So if the murder happened around 11:59, that means they will just lock the door. So we go back to the designations. The possibilities of it happening with like it has to be Mona, Zeke, Pierce, Hunt, or Sigmund, right? I don't know. I feel like it would be Zeke. I feel like it would be Sigmund. I see. Better take note of that. It's what, 12:01 p.m. Wait, is this some kind of joke? Nope. Why would I kid about something so serious? But that means there was not but a 2-minute gap between the murder and the discovery of the body. Yep, the mansion people sure look suspicious, don't they? Oh wait, that includes me. I'm the murderer. Why does he seem so pleased with himself about this? Hey, hold on a second. Where's your part? Yes? Mona, what are you doing down there? She's drawing something? See, isn't she cute? Zeke, you back away. If only we had crayons for times like this. Idiot. But man, I can definitely relate to that feeling of wanting to slack off. She's drawing the crime scene. I did a bit of that earlier today after all. Oh? What do you mean by that? Forgive me if I'm hasty in my assumptions. Would you perhaps be talking about your mansion designation? Oh man, looks like the fox is out of the bag. Yep, as much as I wanted to search, the idea of relaxing in front of an open fire was just too difficult to ignore. I spent the entire time just sitting there. Looks like we'll need to research the game room sometime later. Properly. Zeke's testimony added... Okay, what exactly was Zeke's testimony? Something about 12:01. God. Okay. Indeed, it seems there is no merit to be found in further pursuing matters here. We walked over to the vents. Ah, nice, Levitica. Welcome. Hey, Elisa. What have you and Pierce been up to? Just looking through the vents. How's it going in there, Pierce? Olive. Probably. And there. Made it. Aha! Take that! Vent. Excellent work. I'll be sure to broadcast this next time we go to air. As it turns out, it is 100% possible for someone to crawl through the vents. Oh. It's just a really tight squeeze. Interesting. So that makes 3 possible escape routes in total, both vents and the front door. But as we are aware, the front door was locked from the inside. Where are the vents connected? Whew! Made it back. What a magical journey. Can't wait to try it again sometime. Indeed, the God of Bards thanked you for your patronage. I like your attitude. Shall we try the other vent? Let's go. Somebody's eager. We walked to the other side of the room and watched as Pierce navigated his way. Oh, not navigator, not the ultimate navigator. His way through the vent. Well, I would have offered. I can confirm that both vents are equally tight fit. So they're about the same size. Oh yes, how are the insides like? Very clean. Someone has been maintaining them well. Interesting. State of vent has been added to the evidence folder, so they've been clean. Ah, yes, Lisa. Do you happen to know when everyone arrived at the crime scene? Oh, Blaze. The faith you have in my memory is flattering. She has to have like a crush on Blaze or something. And in this case, I am happy to report that it is not misplaced. Yes, I remember all. I've also gone around and confirmed with a few people to make sure that this is right. Oh? First, Mona, Zeke, Pierce, Hunt, and Sigmund arrived on the scene. That's all the people from the 11:30 roundabouts. That's consistent with what Zeke said. Okay. Next up was you and Natalia. My sources told me that this was at 12:11 p.m. A whole 10 minutes after. The next group is easy. I came with Grace, Dash, Phoenix, and Florence. Okay. So. That's Blaze, Sigmund, Natalia, Mona, Pierce, Zeke, Hunt, and Levitica, I think. Levitica was part of it, right? Mona, Zeke, Pierce, Hunt, and Sigmund. Mona, Zeke, Pierce, Hunt, Sigmund. Okay. Then Blaze, Natalia. So Levitica. So Grace, Dash, Phoenix, and Florence. So that leaves Eden, Levitica, Virginia, Elisa, and Miyu. We haven't seen Miyu at all yet. We got here at 12:16 p.m. So 5 minutes after me and Nat. Finally, Eden, Virginia, and you, Levitica, arrived around 12:23. That leaves Miyu. So Levitica was correct after all. That's some amazing memory. Make whatever you will of this info. I'm happy as long as it's helpful. Why was Miyu not here? That's why I became a journalist after all. Oh yeah, we've been meaning to bring something to everyone else's attention. What's that exactly? A broom with a metal handle. I'm more of a woody broom person myself, if you know what I mean. No, I mean... Oh, this? Just a bit of blood. Where'd you find it exactly? It was right next to one of the vents. That's how I knew they'd probably be cleaned of dust. Why else do you think I'd happily go through them? Probably doesn't want to hear what I have to say about that. Hey, even someone like me would draw the line at getting dust in their cravat. Well, nice to see that he's self-aware. Dusty broom added to the evidence folder. Okay. Probably time to check the area up the staircase. What are your thoughts on the broom, Levitica? I hate to play devil's advocate, but is it not equally likely that the previous users simply cut their hand while using it? Somehow I find that really hard to believe. I mean, a bloody object found in the same room that a murder happened. Surely it'd be reasonable to suspect that's related to the crime. Isn't that right, Natalia? Nani?
Ah, Daisy-kun, Levitica-chan. When did you guys get up here?
Levitica and I are just wandering around, gathering as much information as we can. Indeed. Sometimes it is those who appear directionless that really have the greatest sense of direction. My god, stop with these navigation references, Miss Magnus. Well, I might not have to put it that way, but the point stands. Oh ho ho! What a carefully crafted statement.
Excuse me for a moment.
She walks off, slaps Sigmund in the face, and comes back.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？大は匠でギゼブ。
What's up with her? Of that, my mind is filled with nothing but uncertainty. She has been like that for a while now. I see. Whatever it is that's bothering her, I hope it's not too serious. Indeed. Would you like me to share some of the information we have gathered so far on her behalf? If it's okay with you. But of course. One of the first things she noticed was the state of the handrail. Take a look. It is much better to see for yourself. And of course, he doesn't just tell us like a normal person would. Okay, so we're on the first floor right now. Though we're really not that far off the ground. This seems to be where the staircase is taking us, yes? It does not appear to connect to the rest of the mansion's first floor. Which basically means the library is just one big self-contained room. So the vent and the front door remain the only possible avenues of exit. An apt summary indeed. Clearly, the owner of this estate had a well-placed fondness for literature. Now, back to the matter of the handrails. I see. The entire right handrail is more pure than the Blessed One's soul. And in contrast, the left handrail is dustier than the Dust God? I shall overlook your ignorance just this once. Yes. Yes, Levitica, you expose him. Okay, so a clean handrail. So they obviously use that. Unless everybody else just went up the stairs too. So what's upstairs? And in addition, the victim's body is almost directly below the right handrail. Perhaps he was pushed over the edge. No, that probably would have resulted in a few additional wounds all over his body. Besides, there's a bookcase in the way.
Ah, I see it now. The light fixture may also have complicated matters if someone was to be flung over the rail. Is it usual for them to be set this low?
No, I'm pretty sure that's the lowest chandelier I've ever seen. I wish I could see. But no. Oh, I see the handrails. Okay. Handrails left, right. Okay, the right handrail is clean. He's not pushed over. So, if they went up the stairs to the second layer of the library and went into the vent up there, it's almost within touching distance from here. Beautiful. This coming together of the minds. There can be no better feeling. Is that all the information you have to share? There is but one more detail. When you are downstairs, go to the northeastern edge of the library. You'll find something interesting behind the painting of the bearded man. Oh, don't worry. I'll be watching. It's not really what I wanted to hear. We nevertheless oblige. Blaze, can you stop being so judgmental? I like these people. Upon reaching the painting... Huh? You watch as a small hatch pops open in the floor. How nice and foreboding. I guess we'll just have to...
That is okay. I am happy to go on behalf of us both.
What? We don't know what's down there.
That is why I am volunteering. The Lord of Light shall guide my path.
I'm not going to complain, but... Are you sure?
Certainly. Now, if you will just excuse me.
She disappears down the hatch. A few minutes pass.
I thank you for your patience.
Well, what happened? Were there spiders? Please tell me there weren't spiders.
There may have been a few, but I was protected with the spider god, Arachnus.
Wait, how'd you get back into the library?
Through the front door. It seems this is a secret passage. I was guided directly to the game room, at which point it was a simple matter of convenience to return to the library.
Okay, Zeke was in the game room. Oh, what was the door locked to? Because I'm thinking it could be Hunt as well. I don't know. Do you mind telling me how it was like so I can jot down a few notes?
Certainly.
Secret passages have been added to the evidence folder. Oh, Natalia, are you okay to talk now?
Hi, sorry about earlier. I just wanted to double check something, yeah.
I see. You really had me worried there, Nat.
Come in.
What is the nature of this something that you wish to check?
I was just confirming where everybody was at the time of the crime. It just seemed like the obvious thing to do.
Does this mean you're also suspicious of the people who didn't have the search duty at the time? I mean, the only reason you bother with this is if you thought the possibility exists. I'm certainly not ruling it out myself, but given the circumstances...
Hi, I know what you mean. The circumstances definitely point directly towards the people on mansion duty at the time. The 2-minute leeway between the time of death and the discovery of the body makes things especially tricky. However, I still think it's better to be thorough so that we'll have the information on hand if we need it.
I want to know where Miyu is. That's certainly fair enough. Because, oh my god, where the hell is Miyu?
There's also a certain someone who I needed to interrogate.
Miyu? Certain someone.
Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo.
You don't mean...
She does mean. And good on her. This information may have never been released to the public if it wasn't asked for.
What information?
Oh, was it the fact that the killer received 2 items from my arsenal of murderous goods? The fact that one of them was the shot put? Or perhaps the fact that the other was a rare limited edition invention?
Mona's alternate personality is an inventor.
Who could say?
What's this?
Call it a hunch if you will. But I had a feeling that the logistics of this case would have been impossible without a bit of outside intervention. Ah, guilty as charged.
Wait a second, isn't this...
A bit unfair for the spotless? Boop, 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 boop. Life is unfair, my dear teacher. Besides, what harm is there in making murder as easy to commit as possible? What is life without a bit of death? Pooh.
Does this mean that anyone can obtain any item they want from you at a whim?
Oh, if only. Nope, these items are only to be used for crimes. I've already made enough exceptions. Boop, 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 boop. Forget I said anything.
We watched as he retreated back beneath the floorboards. Invention. That last part sounded awfully cryptic. Though for now, I should probably take note of what he has said. Okay.
I should probably go back to Sigmund. You must be wondering where I am.
I looked up and saw Sigmund waving back down at us. Well, he already seems to... But Natalia had already left. Strange. Something's definitely up with her. I am concerned for her well-being. She's clearly encumbered with the burden of a heavy heart. Has she been talking to you about it? Perhaps not. Speaking person to person, though, I do not think it is a problem for a mere missionary to solve.
Hey, what's up with the serious faces? There's no need to look so glum, you know.
I mean, the class trial is just right around the corner.
My time with Dash has taught me a valuable lesson. If he can feign happiness while suffering coffee withdrawals, then I swear I'll face the prospect of a class trial with a smile.
Isn't one of them much more serious than the other, though? You better be talking about the withdrawal. Oh, Dash, welcome back. Very good, sir. I simply cannot thank this gentleman enough for what he has done for me. There's no need. I was planning to do a bit of running, no matter what today. Such fine commitment to your schedule. My cafe could use more men like you.
I suppose we should get them both caught up on what happened while they were gone.
Agreed. You promptly get Dash and Hunt caught up on the goings-on. This information is Sir and Ma'am saying that I'm innocent then. After all, I was too far from the mansion to have committed the crime. Okay, yeah, that fits. But Dash was with the other cafe people when the bully discovery announcement was off. Are you saying there may have been a way to get to the cafe from the mansion in just... Wait, are you saying there may have been a way to get to the cafe from the mansion in just 2 minutes? I'd be inclined to agree. But only if it involves coffee. Yeah, I don't think coffee like that exists just yet. You never know.
I think you're forgetting something even more obvious, Dash. Since there were several of us in the cafe at the time, I'm sure we can all vouch for each other's alibis. Apologies, Grace. I may have spent a little bit of that time asleep. I see. I'll just double check with everyone else then. but I know I definitely saw you.
Your demeanor. Wait, your demeanor. Is something worrying you, dear them?
Who, me?
What's going on?
It's just so sad, isn't it? I mean, all this happened so suddenly. 1 minute Magnus was our friend. He was alive. Then the next, he became a little more than a thing. He's not our friend anymore, just a victim. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. So we only had known each other for a very short time. He was kind to me. Sure, he could be a bit dismissive at times, but I just know that he was a good person at heart. Why? Why did he have to die? Surely none of us would be driven to kill just by a desire to escape. So what could be the reason? After all, we don't even know each other.
Comrade. Such is life, comrade.
Miu seemed to agree with the sentiment. She thought that the scene of Magnus's death deserved to look a little more dignified, at least.
Yeah, where is she? Do you mind if I take down that little detail, actually?
Do you think it's relevant to the crime?
Seems like it seems like in a more important moment in the development of her AI. It's more for sentimental value.
I see. Very well then.
Grace's testimony has been added to the evidence folder. Just double checking, is it really okay for her to be moving things around the crime scene like that?
We were told it should be fine, since a few other people had already finished making notes on the state of the room. Not like we'll be able to bring the room with us to the court.
Fair enough. Preservation isn't entirely essential, I guess. By the way, do you know where she is right now? If I recall, she's meant to be your partner?
Oh, she's pretty close by. Don't worry. Hey, Miu!
Sound to hear movement nearby. Yes, Grace. Once again, I must thank you for granting me my leave of absence. I just felt it essential to recollect my thoughts.
No worries, Miu. Besides, you didn't even need to ask. I'm your partner, not your master.
Right, you are. Thank you.
Was there anything you wanted to ask her?
Wait, I didn't think this far ahead. Can you tell me what you were doing at the time of the murder? Natalia has you down as being outside the mansion. That is correct. I have grown increasingly fond of trees as of late. The shade they provide seems to be uniquely suited for the performance of some of my functions, like the alcohol that I consume daily. You mean like the mansion's trees in particular? Yes, they appear to be particularly well maintained. To you humans, perhaps the experience would be akin to a relaxing day at the beach. So I stayed under one of them for the entire time. The entire time? Yes, from the time we dispersed from the cafeteria to the time Magnus's body was discovered. Seems worth noting at least. Okay. Alright, yeah. Locations when the body was discovered added to the evidence folder. Anyways. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what you've all been waiting for. Please assemble at the school gates. I can't wait to see you all there. Poo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
So it's time, huh? For a bear, he's surprisingly troll. Of course, he'd make us walk all the way back. Let's just get this over with. Everyone walked back to the school in silence. Huh? That is... Was that always there? Or is my... Wait, was that always there? Or is my arch nemesis deceiving me? Probably your arch nemesis. Not the time, Virginia. Without saying a word, Mona passed out a sheet of paper to everyone present.
What's this?
A floor plan of the mansion. Figured it might be useful for the class trial. Yeah. We all have our own parts to play after all. Indubitably, comrade. Your efforts should not be forgotten. Ah, you even color-coded a few things. Take the library staircase, for instance. Is arrow green to show that it doesn't connect to the mansion's second floor? Yes. The vents are tiny, though. Please, buff? Oh. The stick figure seems a tad morbid, but at least everyone's talking again. Was this Mona's intention?
This just in. 16 brave souls stand poised to enter the maw of probable death. What fate awaits them in this dark and unforgiving pit? Tune in to the next bulletin to find out.
Is that it? That's it. So, that's a lot of info. So, I will think about it. Mom is asleep, and I'll do the class trial later. So, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and look down to the bottom left-hand corner to get more Danganronpa content. And let me know if you like anything, if you would like to see anything else. So, without further ado, bing bong ding dong, ding dong bing bong. Peace out.